Well, it's been almost 2 weeks. I guess it has been 2 weeks since I finished painting its wing on the airplane. I wasn't very happy with the way the top of it turned out because somehow some gobs of crap come out and got along this front edge, this leading edge of the wing in spots there, and it made a mess in several different spots on here. Most of it looked pretty good, but there was some spots that were a mess, and then there were little spots around on it. But the mechanics were here doing the annual on the airplane, and they wanted to help put the wing on, so I was going to go ahead and put the wing on the way it was and then fix it once I got it on the airplane. But while I was getting everything ready to get the wing down there, my back went out on me, and we didn't get it done. Mechanics had to leave. They were hoping they could go fishing, but they worked on a boat a little bit, but they closed down the king salmon fishery here, so they didn't really have anything to fish for. And the weather was kind of bad, so they went ahead and went home. I couldn't do much because, like I said, my back, it was a couple days I could barely even get out of the chair. I did come up here, and it took me several days to do it. I just did it a little bit at a time, but I took some sandpaper and went over that wing, and I knocked down those high spots. I was hoping I could just knock them down a little bit and go over them with the buffer and some buffing compound and bring it out. But there's some of the spots that got a little bit thin there then. So anyway, I went ahead and scuff sanded the whole wing with the intent of painting over it again. And I had to do it a little bit at a time here and there. I didn't do it all at once. But anyway, I got that all done. And then as my back got better, started coming out here and doing some more work. Well, both Judy and I got some kind of a flu. Couldn't hardly do much of anything. Didn't feel very good. All plugged up, coughing, hacking up a lung. She didn't hardly feel like getting out of bed most days there. Did putter around a little bit, get a couple things done, but not a heck of a lot. Hard to get motivated when you don't feel good and your head's all plugged up, your sinuses are all plugged up, and you're hacking all the time. Well, anyway, a couple days ago, as I started getting over that a little bit, came up here, and there's some parts and pieces on the wing that needed a little bit of corrosion control on the periphery of the wing. I needed some new inspection covers, and there's a couple of fairings on here that need to be cleaned up. I cleaned those up. It took me several days doing that, a little bit at a time, getting the paint all off of them, acid etching them, iodining them, stuff like that, getting them all ready for paint. Well, I got those all repainted. Just took them down to the hangar, got them sitting down there waiting to be installed when we get time to install them, when the time comes to install them. And then yesterday, I spent the day and cleaned up the whole basement here again, dropped down my curtains, got everything all set up, and we painted the top side of the wing. And I got to say, I'm not embarrassed about that at all. It almost looks like somebody knew what they were doing, did it? It turned out just beautiful. Well, I come out this morning and turned the wing over, let that side set up overnight, check on this bottom side, because I didn't think the bottom side was as bad as the top side. And I was going to leave it, just let it go ahead and take it and put it on there. But as I got to looking at it, you can't really see it, but if you run your hand over it, you can just feel everywhere. There's just little pieces sticking up all over the place, just little nubs. And it may be that I could have just taken the buffer, knocked those out, but I think I'm going to go ahead and scratch sand this, knock those things down, and just go over it with another coat of paint. And if I do half as good a job on this as I did on that top side, it'll be perfect or better. That's what we shoot for, but it'll be pretty darn good. That's the other side, just is absolutely beautiful. And I don't know why this first paint jobs didn't turn out that way, because I did everything just the way I should have. Closed in this whole area with visqueen. I even went ahead and put it up over the ceiling so nothing could come down out of the ceiling. I swept, blew, and cleaned out this room I don't know how many times. I had the big fan going, sucking for paint fumes and stuff, but I left it on and blew the room out to suck all the dirt, dust, and stuff like that out of here. I did that and left it on for hours so that it would pull anything out of here. And then I've got a little clean room set up over there, and I got paint clothes to wear that are clean. I have a pair of shoes that I keep up here that I don't go outside with. The only place I use them is up here when I'm painting and stuff. They're up here, so I don't drag dirt in and out of here. And I've got these Tyvek suits to wear, paint suits to wear. Of course, with this paint, I had my applied air system going, so I had a hood on and had air blowing to me, so I have clean air. Anyway, I did everything and it should have just turned out beautiful, but it didn't. I wound up with little speckles all over the thing. So let's see if we can't get it done right this time. Now, sanding this fabric is tough. You can't just sand it down, put pressure on it and stuff, because if fabric is flexible and then you push on it, it pushes down, and anything that you want to sand out pushes down too. So you never really get it sanded. You don't get it sanded off with a heavy touch or with any pressure on it at all. So you have to just go over it real lightly. And I make a little sanding block. I'm just using 2 pieces of Scotch-Brite pad here, folded up, and wrap the sandpaper around it so it has a little bit of body to it, but it's flexible. I'll go get me a couple more pieces of sandpaper. After I sprayed a new coat of paint on the top of the wing, it looked just gorgeous. I wished it had looked like that the first time I painted it, but it didn't. But this time it looked really gorgeous when I got done. Well, I thought about just leaving it sit here and that paint to cure up for a few days. And it's pouring down rain. The weather's nasty out there. It's windy and stuff. I didn't want to do anything like that, like moving that wing when the weather's like that out there. I decided to go ahead and flip the wing over on bottom side up and take another look at it. I knew there was a little bit of stuff on it, that it wasn't perfect either. But once I turned it over, I could see that I wanted to do something else with it. I went ahead and sanded that down a little bit and got it cleaned up. Anyway, I just got done squirting another coat of paint on it, and it looked really good. I'm a lot happier with that now than I was before. I'm glad I went ahead and did that. So I just got done with that. Fan's still going, sucking the air out of here. Although all the overspray is done now, it's not overspray and nothing hanging in the air anymore. Just a few fumes and stuff coming off of that from the solvents. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let that dry for a couple of days before I do anything else to it. I'll probably go ahead and put that nav light together and get it put on there, and we'll see how the weather goes and stuff. If this rain and wind lets up a little bit, I'll open up the hangar door and get some help and take that wing down there and get it hung up. But anyway, I'm done with that now for a while. I'm glad I did that. I wished it had turned out this way the first time I painted it. I don't know why I got so much crap on that wing the first time, because I didn't really do anything different that time than I did this time. I sprayed this piece out, swept it, sprayed it out, vacuumed it out, everything else on there, and I wound up with all kinds of crap on that wing. This time I did exactly the same thing. I closed it in here, swept everything out, wiped it all down and everything, and sprayed it, and I think I got one hair down there on the butt rib down there, and I caught it and got it off there before it made a mess. But otherwise, this thing turned out just beautiful. That's enough for now. I'm still suffering from this stupid flu. Can't sleep at night. Can't sleep in the daytime. Feel like I'm about ready to hack a lung up. Got to recover from that before I start doing anything too strenuous. But I'm really happy with that now. That looks a whole lot better than it did